Hello and welcome back to a new Nerf blaster review video for the channel. My name is Luke Triton and today we are looking at the Commander. This is a 6-dart cylinder fed blaster from the Elite 2.0 line. This is going to be an interesting video because I recently bought 3 new blasters, all of which are from the Elite 2.0 line, and when these originally came out last year, they were not received too well. However, all that time has gone by and I thought to myself, you know what? Let's just get some, because why not? I haven't done anything Nerf-wise for quite a long time. Nothing to get you back into the hobby like buying a new blaster. So, this is, as I mentioned, the Commander from the Elite 2.0 line. It has all the tactical potential you would love from a modulus blaster. To those of you who are not really into the Nerf hobby, when Elite 2.0 was introduced, it was taking over the original Elite line, and the modulus line was also kind of halted in its place. So it takes Elite and Modulus, which are 2 really good lines, and puts them together into a line which, again, with all the quality issues which I will mention later on, isn't probably worth it, but let's still talk about the blaster itself first. So the cylinder itself, with this being a cylinder-fed blaster, is stuck in this centerpiece here. You cannot take this out like you would with the Maverick or the Spectre or the Strong Arm. Having mentioned the Spectre, looking at the shape, and because it's a cylinder-fed blaster, it is supposed to be the successor to the Spectre. Now, this was a blaster that was back from the original N-Strike days over a decade ago. Good God, that blaster's old. Maybe I'm old for remembering as well, but I got one of those when it was brand new. But the Spectre was definitely a thing that was re-released in the Elite line as well. And to see it kind of come back reimagined, I suppose this is probably the best way you could do it, because think about it for a second. If you're going to compare this to the Spectre, obviously it makes the most sense, but this is definitely an upgrade. Like the Spectre, it has a barrel and stock attachment points. My favourite thing about the Nerf hobby is all of the attachments and accessories you can do to customise your toys. These are still toys, and because, where's my box? There it is behind me, in preparation for the combos video. I love getting all the accessories and attachments to decorate my blaster. It's just so much fun, and I love that there is all these attachment points on this blaster. We have 3 tactical rails as well, 1 on the top and 2 on the bottom. What the hell's going to go here? But you know what? That's something for me to play with when it comes to the combos video. So, that's a brief overview of the blaster. I'm going to quickly talk about the function. Something I didn't do too much when it came to my blaster reviews was really fire off the blaster. I would kind of talk about how it functions, not really show it. Another thing I can do as well with my chrono barrel is give off some chrono readings. So yes, this is a barrel attachment. I can now attach this to my blaster. Technically not the first barrel attachment I put onto this. I played with the Elite 2.0 Echo. If this is the blaster that I think it was mucking around with, I should be able to demonstrate something in a moment. But yes, this is not a bad functioning blaster. It does have slam fire, which I thought was quite interesting. I don't really know how many cylinder fed blasters in this configuration have slam fire. The Spectre definitely didn't. I don't think the Maverick did. What's it called? No, not the Maverick, because I'm one of those people, one of those really old people. I won't refer to the Strong Arm, I'll refer to the Maverick. It's a bit weird, but that's just me. I never owned a Strong Arm, so I can't confirm if that does have slam fire or not. I think it did. But anyway, back to this blaster. This one does have slam fire. And to do so, simple prime, you don't need that much weight. It's a very easy thing to get going. And now with the chronograph now on, I don't know how well I can... Is that going to show up on the screen? If I angle it like that, okay. So make sure not to shoot my pictures. Oh, I really hope that isn't mirrored either. Oh god. So that says 64.7. 64 again. 68. Okay. Now I'm going to take that off. I'm going to do a bit of slam fire. So I'm going to get that off there. So slam fire works by pressing and holding the trigger and you just ram it. So I probably should have mentioned this when I started firing. Volume warning, okay? Very cool stuff indeed. Slam fire needs to be a regular thing for any spring blaster, in my opinion. Maybe not snipers though, because that doesn't really make sense. So one good thing about the Elite 2.0 blaster is just having fired all of these darts off, it comes with a second bunch of darts to refill your blaster. This is the first thing that I can think of that Nerf has done, where it gives you more than enough darts to kind of fully load your blaster. One thing I know that people were yelling at was the Mega Motor Strike. Only comes with 1 magazine. It should have come with a second one because it makes a lot of sense, right? They're not selling another magazine on its own. and I don't think a lot of people are going to really consider buying a second blaster just for the sake of the magazine. But I am getting too sidetracked, and the whole point of this is by saying, yes, this is a good thing when it comes to... Oh, grab that dart, there we go. Reloading your blaster, you actually have enough darts with the package, because let's say this is the only blaster that you have. You really want to buy more darts just for the sake of reloading? Do you want to have to buy a second blaster just for the sake of reloading your first one? It's a bit stupid, but yeah, Elite 2.0, at least it has that going for it. You've got more darts with the package. These are the standard Elite darts, so we'll just quickly pull one of these out. That reminds me, I need to mention a quick thing about the blaster. I may as well go into that in a moment as well. So the darts included, the standard Elite darts, these are rubbish. I don't have to be a hardcore fan to tell you the standard Nerf Elite darts are just bloody awful. So yes, when it comes to reloading, you have to manually rotate the cylinder like this. Moving it like this isn't a problem, but after firing a few shots when I got this out of the box, I went to go and rotate the cylinder to put the darts back in, because there are a few positions where you can't actually put the dart in. There's a bit of obstruction, like this for example. I thought to myself, oh bugger, did I break the barrel? Because it got to a point where I was trying to turn it, but it got stuck, and after having to turn it a few different ways, a few different times, having to prime the blaster and fire it a few more times, eventually I was able to get it back into this nice smooth form. So having said that, let's say I couldn't fix it. The Elite 2.0 line of blasters are sealed shut. Now, if I show you on this side, I don't know how many screw holes there are. There's one there, there's one there, and one there. So that's about 4. Is there a 5th one behind there? Yeah, we go. So there's a 5th one there. Let me just grab that dart. So 5 screws. Okay. There should be at least double that in order for this blaster to be taken apart. Are there any screws on the handle itself? Yeah, there is one. Okay. But that's still not enough, because these blasters, again, are sealed shut with clips and solvent welds. There are videos and probably some pictures out there of people who are opening up their Elite 2.0 blasters, either for modification or repairs. And it's so tricky to do so. I'm not someone who mods blasters, but I got so scared because I thought to myself, shit, if I've broken this already, I'm either going to have to throw this in the bin or buy a new one. And I don't want to do either of that, because that means I've wasted the product. I'm going to have to shell out more money to get another broken product. And to throw it in the bin just means, well, I've basically just wasted money. So that is the biggest concern with not just this blaster, but anything in the Elite 2.0 line. They have had a lot of problems when it comes to their quality and control. When you look at all the reviews that came out last year with basically any of the Elite 2.0 blasters, it does get mentioned. The fact that it's sealed shut and that jamming issue can seriously go from, oh, it's just a stuck dart, to, oh god, I need to get rid of this blaster, it's broken. It's a real shame, that. However, saying all of that, I don't think you would give this to younger nerfers anyway. There are definitely better blasters out there for younger nerfers. I'm 23 years old, I definitely know how to look after my blasters. I know how to kind of, rotate the cylinder enough to try and get it back into working order. So, ultimately, would I recommend this to anybody who enjoys Nerf? Whilst a lot of Elite 2.0 blasters aren't really recommended, for this, I can't say no. So, as a one-word answer, I would say, yeah, go on then, I'd recommend it. It's one of the cheaper blasters in the line, so you're not going to have to fork out big money in order to kind of enjoy something from the, just experience, I suppose would be the best word, from the Elite 2.0 line. But you still get all that tactical potential. Again, 3 rails, your stock and barrel attachment point. That is really, really fun. That's another reminder for something I need to quickly demonstrate. But for what it is, it doesn't do anything wrong. There are other blasters out there compared to, again, like the strong arm, if you want to go for a hammer shot even, as that secondary, there are better options out there. But even then, it's a fun blaster to have some fun times with. Again, there's nothing I can say in defense of saying, no, don't get this blaster. Just make sure you don't break it, for goodness sakes. Now then, one more test, and I think it was this blaster that had this issue. So let me just quickly show off one thing. I want to make sure this is not warped, because I had this issue with the turbine. I actually don't have the turbine there. Let me quickly demonstrate that as another point with the Elite 2.0 blasters. So it's going to be a bit difficult to show you because it's not really that easy to see on camera. But can you see about there? Can you see how that's not straight? That kind of curves in like that. The barrel attachment point for my turbine is warped. If I kind of hold it there, maybe you can see again along there, that's not flat, that kind of goes like that. So attaching barrels onto this blaster was a problem. Let me see if my memory serves me correctly. So that barrel lug is perfectly straight, that doesn't look warped in anywhere on that point. Ah, so it wasn't this blaster, okay. But that still raises the fair point of the quality issues. It may not be my blaster that suffers this, but there was obviously my turbine and there may be other Elite 2.0 blasters in the future. Maybe not some of the units from this blaster, but it's always worth noting that there may be some quality issues where some of the parts, especially when you go to put on attachments where it's just warped and it becomes very difficult to do so. It might have been with, again, I can't remember, it might have been with one of the other ones, the Shockwave, where it came to putting on the barrel attachment. I'll probably go into more detail in that video anyways, but again, it's still worth mentioning because of the quality issues. I go to put it on this way, that was fine. But when it came to rotating the barrel to actually attach it firmly, it was really, really stiff. So, you know, that's a bit of a problem. So, yeah, that was a bit of a weird review, but I tell you what, it has been a long time since I've done one of these, so, you know, give me that much at least. But the Elite 2.0 Commander, it's about 13 quid, something like 13, 14 quid, brand new. Honestly, for what it is, it's not a bad blaster. There are other options out there. A 6-dart cylinder-fed blaster is not a competitive blaster, but if you're at home and you're having some fun with your friends, I don't see a reason not to get one of these because, again, all the attachment points can turn this into a sniper, you can turn this into something that has a shield, and you can slam fire against your opponents. It is quite fun in that regard, and yeah, hopefully with what I have laid out in this video has given you enough information to assist you on your purchase decision. This isn't me saying, yes, get the blaster now, or no, don't ever touch this blaster. Freedom is freedom, you have your own money. If you want to buy this against what I said, then again, that's all your choice. But hopefully this review has shed some light on what I have said with this blaster. So thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.